All right. Good day, everyone. So this is electrical design and planning. This will be our next topic for this course. Apologies for the late revert these days since I'm still attending other matters now. So to start, I think I already discussed basic electrical design or not the um, basic, just a gist of everything about electrical design last session. So, so the electrical plan is sometimes called as electrical drawing or diagram. So it is a type of technical drawing that delivers visual representation and describes circuits and electrical systems. It consists of symbols and lines that showcase the engineer's electrical design to its clients. In short, an electrical plan describes the position of all the electrical apparatus. So I think I already shown you before an electrical layout, and it's just a here no sa previous na teaching material which I uploaded on our Google Classroom. I think I already uploaded a sample of the electrical layout as well. But then I haven't discussed yet the details of it. So um, let's have a background of the electrical planning first. So why is there a need to have an electrical plan or drawing? You must be thinking why to splurge on a precise electrical plan. The purposes of an electrical plan are as follows. So these drawings are vital for documenting, communicating information, and troubleshooting your power systems on site. Accurate and updated drawings keep your building in compliance with all the code regulations. I think I already discussed this as well as um, session. No? So for the um, National Building Code, it also states there the minimum mounting not just with the National Building Code, also with the Electrical Code of the Philippines. So basically, a plan encompasses all aspects. However, it focuses on areas such as lighting, electronics, appliances, and etc. So it also considers the structure of the building. For example, if a building has railings, stairs, or any other components, modifications will be made accordingly. So basically, if unsay naa sa certain area, for example, if it's a stairs, um, light lighting should be um, basically well mounted or basically general lighting lang siya. So that also depends on um, the use of that certain area and basically considering also the structure of the building. So it is a thorough planning tool because it gives an in-depth view of your building's electrical and wiring system. So overall, it's a master plan of the electrical connections. So you need to think ahead if which area needs a series connection or a just a direct connection. So um, if you want to have a well lighted lawn, so basically connect na siya nimo on a series connection so that all areas should be covered if the mo na siyang i-switch on. So it helps to determine, it helps to distribute power to various appliances and equipment through accurate operation and installation of elements. So this goes well with ano po, the placement nimo on your outlets sa imong space planning. So if you have there on air condition air conditioning unit, so basically dili na siya nimo butangan og another invasive appliance, diba? Sa isa ka circuit. So that's a separate circuit. So that's how you plan on the distribution of the power usage sa imong uh, appliances. And if you have a range or graph on your kitchen that separate, goes on separate circuits. So maximum loading would be for the 1000 up wattage na appliances. You need to have a separate circuit for that one, just to go away with overloading. So basically, if power outlets lang na siya, it's okay with 4 to 5 outlets on a single circuit. So that's advanced electrical planning already, since it's more on calculating the capacity na, the wattage of your circuits. So we'll have to know how to draft an electrical plan. So an excellent electrical plan significantly adds aesthetic and comfort in your building. Your drawing must include types of fixtures, locations, cables, switches, and hardwired appliances. However, an electrical plan may look scary and complicated, but they are not. These are pointers you should remember while drafting an electrical plan. So, sorry. Yeah, this is true na an electrical plan adds aesthetic and comfort in the building. Diba? If you add lights more on, it adds more on the emphasis and the drama. So basically, yeah, if you could just plan ahead, or you can just visualize how your building or how that specific area would look like, then basically nanana sa imong huna on which type of fixtures you would add on that certain area. So may it be task lighting, ambient lighting, or the accent lighting. So we'll discuss the different types of lighting once we go on with our discussions. Okay. So there are 3 basic types of lighting. I think you're familiar with it, but not with the details. One room can serve multiple purposes. It can be a place where you can relax, work on the computer, do arts and crafts, cook, share a meal with friends, and much more. This is why lighting features need to correspond to the setting or application of the room. So it is important, before designing or putting in lighting fixtures or any electrical devices in your space or area, it is important to know the use or the activities involved in that specific area. For example, if the area is intended to be an office, so basically you need to determine unsay activities mo mahitabo on that specific area. So basically, there would be discussions, there would be paperwork, so on and so forth. Okay, so first thing, know the service or know this use of that specific area. So no matter what you do or what you hope to accomplish, always install three types of lighting in a room. People often expect a single source of light to meet all their needs, yet each of three types of lighting has a particular function to fulfill specific needs. So we'll discuss these three types of lighting as we go along. So the three types of lighting is the ambient lighting, or what we know as general lighting. The second is the task lighting. Third is the active lighting. So with ambient lighting, this is mostly or mostly common, or commonly known as the general lighting. It involves indoor lighting and outdoor lighting. So um, ako na siyang discuss also as we go along. So with the ambient and indoor lighting, general or ambient lighting is intended to light up a room in its entirety. Diba? As what I have discussed earlier, just bear in mind that we need to install three at it is efficient for you to perform a task on a certain area if you would install three types of lighting. So first one is the ambient indoor lighting or general ambient lighting. So, mabawanin mo siya if this is general lighting, if the coverage of it is uniform on all levels. So basically, dako ang angle or the wide ni siya ang range sa iyang or wide ang coverage sa iyang suga. So, moreover, its purpose is to ensure safe and easy traffic, as well as to create an overview of the room. The ambient light bounces off the walls to illuminate as much space as possible. So, that's what I have said, wide and coverage, if that's a general ambient lighting. So, types. So, what are the fixtures that can provide general ambient indoor lighting? So, ano siya, the chandelier, the ceiling-mounted fixtures, the wall-mounted fixtures, traditional versus fixtures or LED downlights, the floor lamps, the table lamps. So those are fixtures that can provide general ambient indoor lighting. So as what you can see on the left side now, it's LED downlights. So basically, muna siya ginagamit for offices or for um, utility areas, for the kitchen, since dako ang coverage niya sa iyang light. So that's for the indoor, no? So for the outdoor, it is usually installed in order to ensure visibility and increase security around a building. It is also recommended to light up the exterior of the building, entrances and stairs to reduce and perhaps eliminate the risk of injury that can occur when entering and leaving the building. So basically, outdoor is very ano na siya, nara sa pangalan, it's outdoor. So it's more on security around the building and more on for lighting up the exteriors. No? So muna siya ang naa sa ato ang fences or naa sa ato ang parking areas and for our lawn. So what are the types of fixtures that can provide general ambient outdoor lighting? The spotlight, the hanging fixture, garage and canopy lighting, post lantern, wall lighting, recessed fixtures used in overhanging structures. So if you can go to the malls, no, and if you park outside, so basically ang kanang mga lights nga naa sa gawas, those are ambient outdoor lighting. So, and if you can also uh, see sa, what do you call this, sa gyms, so basically ang naaana is the flat lights. So that's an ambient outdoor lighting as well. So if the lighting fixtures, no, is very, I mean, change siya every now and then. So basically, there would be times na it's gonna be upgraded or something sort of. So it's important to see articles um, that are updated or up to date, just to just to um, freshen up your vocabulary on those things. Since maybe one is a bit old school, but for you to catch up with the technology, you need to update or you need to read articles as well. So yeah, social media can be um, helpful at times, and you can also browse it through Google or something. So another type of lighting is the task lighting. So it illuminates the tasks a person carries out in a given space, such as reading, cooking, computer work, etc. A brighter light is required in a smaller focal point of the room for these sorts of tasks. It is often best to avoid harsh lights or lighting that casts some shadows for a more pleasant illumination. It is also practical to install a single switch for focal lighting independent from the room's overall lighting switch. Yes, so for the task lighting, this, as what I have discussed earlier, it is important to know the activities na mo take place sa isang area. Since if like for example, a if it's an office, well, you need to have general lighting, diba? But you need to have task lighting as well. If um, you have high ceiling and you need specific lighting to, to, to focus on what you're doing, diba? Ang best example for this one would be the operating rooms sa hospitals. So basically, lana na siya. If you have lamps, or diba, if mag-graft, you have lamps on your grafting table, so basically that one is task lighting as well. So, and if you are engaged much more on cooking, so basically you have a separate lighting for that um, activity, no? Diba, you have general lighting for the kitchen. You have task lighting under the overhead cabinets, diba? So, ang lights that you have under the cabinets will serve as your task lighting. Okay, all right. So, what are the types of fixtures that provide task lighting? What you have here are directional recessed fixture or downlight. Downlight, muna siyang nasa kilid. Pendant lighting, from the word itself, pendant. So it hangs from the ceiling right down below. So mabitay siya. Another one is the ceiling line bar and under cabinet. So this is what I have discussed a while ago. Tape and extrusion. So basically, ang kaning giingon nila nga tape and extrusion, this is strip lighting. Uh, Maybe I can't um, what you call it? I can't show it to you, no? Pero if you can see this um, lighting on the edges, no? That's na siya lighting fixture sa kilid, and that's what you call LED strip light. So basically, ang kaning data extrusion, that's LED strip light. So for, yeah, as what I have also discussed earlier, the portable or the task lamp is considered to be a task lighting. So for the another type of lighting, that's accent lighting. So it is used mainly to focus on a specific point of interest or to achieve a desired effect. This type of lighting gives the impression of a larger room. Sorry. It is more frequently used to highlight an architectural feature, a plant in an outer layout, a sculpture, or a collection of objects. So um, you can commonly see this, no, on on a museum, on malls, and on commercial spaces. So from the word itself, accent. So um, it's not prevalent, or maybe on just a certain part lang, just to highlight a certain structure or feature, right? For example, if you have a painting, and you have to highlight that painting. So basically, ang kanang tawag ang lighting is accent lighting. Aside from the fact na um, it's a lighting fixture, no? So iyang fall na siya sa category na accent lighting. And the type of fixture, maybe you can also have that one na track lights. Track lights are lights na movable uh, and directional. So pwede mo siya ma-direct anywhere. So that's like I mean another type of accent lighting. As a general rule, effective accent lighting requires the installation of 3 times more light on the focal point than ambient lighting generally provides. So if you have 2 watts on your general lighting, so basically ang imong accent lighting is 3 times more higher than your general lighting provided. So if you have 3 watts on your general lighting, then basically on your accent lighting, you can have 9 watts or more, right? So what are the types of fixtures that provide accent lighting? That's track light, slimline bar, and then your cabinet tape and extrusion, directional recessed fixture or downlight, and the wall-mounted fixtures. So wall-mounted from the word itself, it's mounted on the wall. So we often start designing our lighting plan with ambient lighting and then go on identifying the areas where there will be a need for accent lighting. So this is common. Um, sa ato ang plan, maghatag ta like isa ka general light. So for example, LED tube light. One thing that you should consider now in planning is to not use fluorescent lamps as of this days. So since we are um, having LED conversion already, so we don't use fluorescent lamps. We only use tube LED tube lights for the fluorescent lamp, LED down lights, and LED strip lights. So basically, LEDs na tanan, no fluorescent lamps, right? So, um, yeah. So to start with your planning, di ba? We 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 assign isa ka general lighting. So example of general lighting where it is a two LED tube light. Then right after, if you already identified the areas na okay, this is a living area and na ako iibasan during na painting on that wall. So basically, you need to have to provide accent lighting on that specific wall, diba? So that's ambient lighting or general lighting plus accent lighting. So when selecting the different types of lighting you will use in your situation, it is generally better to go from generic to specific. So it's clear naman, di ba? From going to the general lighting, right down to the task lighting or the accent lighting. That that's gonna be dependent on the area and the space and the activities on that areas as well. However, when multiple specific tasks are performed in a room, for say for example, a jewelry store, or when there are several points to highlight, such as museum, this is what I have discussed earlier, no? Or an art gallery. It is best to start a lighting plan with accent lighting. Therefore, it is essential to know the purpose of a room before starting the development. So as what I have always been stressing out, it's essential to know the purpose of a room or in that space or in that area before starting the um, uh, planning on the electrical layout, diba? So to sum up, there are three types of lighting: ambient, accent, and the task lighting. So ambient is used to provide even overall light to a room. Accent, however, used to create different focal points. And with the task lighting, it's used when performing specific tasks. Diba? As what you can see in the picture, um, more on ambient is used on the rooms, no? Since you don't have any specific tasks when on your room. That's what I have said. It's important to know the activities involved in that area. So an accent is more on the um, focus or on the focal points and stressing out some or giving um, much emphasis on a specific feature. So when task is mainly um, functional, if you are if you are having um, if you are performing some work and tasks, so basically what you need is to have a task lighting. So I'll show you the electrical lighting symbols which are commonly used. So if you have the pendant light is what I have um, uh, mentioned earlier. It's from the word itself pendant, so it's gonna drop from the ceiling. For the downlight, recess is muna siya ang lubong. Downlight is just a pin light, no? So muna siya. That's the symbol. If you have a directional downlight, this is if you can um if na may nakitaan na pin light na pwede siya mo ma, ma-move or more revolve siya, pwede siya ma-turn ba? I mean, ma-direct at a certain direction. So that's the symbol you're gonna use. wall light. This is commonly used, no, outside or the exterior or for accent. No? Pwede po din siya general lighting. So that's the symbol. For waterproof downlight, so that's a symbol. Mini spotlight, the under cabinet light. Under cabinet, this is um, the one you'll use on the kitchen cabinets, diba? I mean, specifically on the overhead cabinets. And the floor washer light, the wall and up down light, floor up light, track lights. Track lights, this is used on, commonly sa paintings. What else? If you have logos in your restaurants, this is commonly used para to give accent. So fluorescent light symbol, that's what's um, you're gonna use. But for us, we won't use fluorescent lights, and we'll only use LED tube light instead of fluorescent light. So this is a varied symbols na of the um, electrical uh, symbols and the lighting symbols. Actually, there is no we have different symbols. No, symbols are variations na ni vary na siya from time to time. It's um, the important thing is to use if you're using that certain type of symbol, then basically you're gonna um, indicate that on your legend. So if you're using the ceiling mounted luminaire, so this symbol is your is what you use on all your plans, and you which you will include as well on your legend, right? So you can use any symbols as long as you have a legend on either side of your paper. So for the basic electrical symbols, this is what you're gonna use as well. So if you have an outlets, we'll discuss the outlets on a separate um, recording, because the lighting layout is different from the power layout, but it's still covered on the electrical planning and layouting. So we'll start with the lighting layout lang sa. So that's the placement and the connection of the um, lighting or the mga suga and the switches. Okay. So this is a sample of an electrical layout. As what you can see, na siya lighting fixtures. No? It's important to have this symbol on your legend just to make sure if what's this certain. Kay mo na siya what do you call this? Muna siya basis nila if pila na kawatted siya imuhang gigamit sa imuhang kanang suba. So that's the importance. That's the importance of having a legend in either side of your paper. So ang naa diri is the naa na siya power layout, no? Na siya power layout. So for us, we won't be discussing the power layout. We'll have that one on a separate recording. We'll focus on the lighting layout lang sa. So for the lighting, na anakat, if you already identified the activities on that specific area, then basically, imo na siyang butangan og certain feature, I mean, certain lighting fixtures, diba? After that one, the symbol for the switch is just S. So if you have a lighting fixture, then basically, unsa na siya ni mapapasiga. So you have a switch. The switch is conveniently placed right on the side of the door, opposite, I mean, um, yeah, opposite to where it is opening. So if i-open nimo, and once opposite siya sa hinge sa imong door. So not at back of the door leaf, but but opposite to the hinge of the door. So if ever if you open imong door diri, so basically imong switch would be right here, so that you can conveniently turn it on upon entering the room, right? So the symbol for the switching is just dotted or dashed lines. So that's how you ano lang, how you what do you call this, lay out it. So you have a if you have a series connection for the switching, so basically ano siya, imo na siyang i-connect the item pictures and connect it to the switch, right? So I think that's just a that's just the basic um, planning for the electrical layout, specifically on the lighting layout. So for the power layout, we'll have a separate discussions for that one. So what you're gonna do for your plate number 1 and plate number 2, so using the design requirements below, draft a layout catering a minimalist two-story residence with 66 meters by 14 meters dimensions. So basically, it's a rectangular lot, no? But 66 meters ang depth niya. The depth is iyang giladmon. And the width is ang iyang gilapdon. So 14 meters, 14 meters, ang 14 meters muna siya ang along the national road. So 14 meters ang iyang frontage, 66 meters ang iyang depth palikod. So for the setbacks, I think I already discussed this on your first semester, you know, so we need to have setbacks in every development. For this one, this is residential, so basically we'll have the 3 meters setback for the front and the 2 meters setback on your side and rear, for the rear and sides. Yeah. So the space requirements, you're gonna have the living area, dining area, kitchen, master bedroom with toilet and bath, bedrooms, the units, common toilet and bath, and terrace. So if you have to add some features, then you can, as long as follow the correct setbacks. Okay, there's no limitations on the building area. Just make sure that in that some areas are not oversized and not and some areas are undersized or some sort of. Okay, so it is important to have a bigger lawn as well. So for your plate number 1, na pa rin siya grotto diri or lawn. Grotto sa lawn. So um, if you can have an additional area, no, make space for the grotto. So for your plate number one would be the site development plan with ground floor plan. So before, as far as I can remember, your sa ato ang first semester, the building area is di ba gihatch na ko ninyo. So for this plate, you need incorporate the ground floor plan on your site development plan. So, but sa inyong title, that would be site development plan, right? But um, i-incorporate na ninyo, I mean, um, i-show ni dito sa inyong site development plan ang inyong ground floor plan, right? So for the plate number 2, that's your second floor plan. The scales for this would be 1:100 meter or depending on paper size, as long as it's readable. And if you can um, picture, if you can take a picture of it, then that would be um, um, good. But no. So use long size band paper or A3 size paper as long as it's readable. Also use the standard template with the score rubrics. So for the plate number 3 and 4, using the layout you have on plate number 1 and 2, draft a layout showing the placement and switch connection of the lighting fixtures. Use the lighting symbols formally discussed. You can refer to the sample electrical layout for your reference. Note, use long size bond paper or A3 size paper with scale depending on the paper size area. Also use the standard template with score rubrics. So on the plate number 3 and 4, this is basically lighting layouts, no power layouts. So as much as possible, maximize your paper and don't forget to put the legends on either side of your paper and note the proper switching as well of your lighting fixtures, right? So I'll upload the plates and the activities on the Google Classroom so that you can upload it there lang, not on my emails, all right? If you have any other questions, you can chat on our group, um, yeah, on our GC sa FB, right? Or you can um, post a comment on our Google Classroom, right? So if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to direct message me. I'll try to answer your queries as much as I am free. But these days I'll be quite busy, so I would consider as well now I would have delay replies. No? Right? So I think that would be all. Um, thank you everyone and enjoy the rest of the day.